Kevin Hincks, co-host of Fast Market Live at the CBOE, is with me right now. And we are seeing up arrows. We may see some records again. We're climbing this wall of worry, some of our guests say. Good morning to you, Kevin. Your thoughts?
Good morning, Nicole. Yeah, I mean, painting the tape all over the headlines this morning is this $550 billion trade deal with China announced yesterday afternoon at the White House. It's really an innovative deal. It's where Japan is putting up money to innovate American products or job products, and then U.S. is keeping 90% of the money, and Japan will get 10% of the money. So it's a way for Japan to buy down the trade deficit between the U.S. and Japan without fully opening their markets, though they are opening their markets to U.S. products. So it's really an innovative deal. What's rallying today based on that? Japan car makers, European car makers, hoping that they get a similar deal coming out of Europe. So, yeah, a lot of good things happening in terms of trade. Scott Bessent said on Monday there was going to be trade announcements in the next couple of days. Here's a big one, Nicole, on a day where we already have big news coming up at the end of the day with Tesla's earnings and Google Alphabet's earnings. So, yeah, this has turned out to be a big morning here for the stock market.
Yeah, love it, right? Don't you love the action that we're seeing in these Japanese automakers jumping? I see Honda Motor up 11%, Toyota Motor up 12%. Right? Good news there for these companies?
Absolutely, because it takes off. Remember, the reciprocal tariffs are now down to 15%, which is basically, it appears to be, from what I read, that's the minimum that it's going to be. It's not going any lower than that. There's going to be reciprocal tariffs, but 15% seems to have all these car companies, and even the European car companies are rallying because they think, just like a sector trades when the airlines come out with earnings or the banks, this is a sector trading. And so it's, all those stocks are moving. So yeah, it's an interesting day, but what this does, it opens up, Japan, if you read their posts on X and their news release, they're as proud of this deal as the U.S. is. So it looks like a deal where both sides are really happy, and it really seems to be, they've done innovative things. They called it innovative finance mechanism is what Japan is using to maximize their exposure to the U.S. and allow the U.S. into Japan, but not as open as they'd like to be.
All right, let's get to some of the story stocks. Meme stock. Yesterday I saw Kohl's on the move. What are we thinking?
Kohl's on the move, GoPro on the move. What's the other one? Krispy Kreme on the move. It's summer, and traders must be bored because the meme stocks have risen again and are trading big volumes. What do I make of it? I have no idea what to make of these. Kohl's is a name that's been under pressure for a while, and all of a sudden it's extremely busy. Throw in GoPro, Krispy Kreme, meme stocks, they're back. Ask me to explain it. I have no idea, Nicole, except, Reddit, the chat boards talk these stocks up, and the volume really skyrockets, and so does the interest in these names, Nicole. Crazy.
Yeah. All right, we got to watch that action today. And of course, the big news is Alphabet, Google, and Tesla after the close today. It's here.
Yeah, I mean, I think for, you're going to hear a lot of things from Google Alphabet about digital ad spend. Remember, once we start getting into large cap tech, we're going to be monitoring CapEx spending on AI. NVIDIA will trade off that. But, I mean, think about it. Their search business, the massive size and scope of YouTube, Waymo, updates on that now that the robo-taxi is gaining a little more steam. So yeah, Google Alphabet, one of the more inexpensive Mag 7 names is coming out. Even though the stock has rallied, it's still $17 off its highs with the market sitting at highs. So that'll be interesting. And then Tesla, it may not be the cars, but it's going to be all the other things, right? It's going to be robotics. It's going to be robo-taxi. So it's going to be XAI. It's going to be, are these companies going to invest in each other? right, as they continue to grow. So there's a lot. People are really going to be hanging on Elon Musk's every word. How much is he working? How much is he back on the job? So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. The conference calls may be the most important part of the day, Nicole.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting because I saw some market talk about whether or not, he will be still in the political realm. I mean, that was a distraction, according to the analysts, whether or not he'll still have that. I mean, the SpaceX documents apparently make some sort of reference to he has that opportunity. There was even talk of him at one point starting his own party for politics. But however, Tesla at 332 today. The high was 488 late last year and now, we've seen that big comeback from the April lows, right? If I look, let's say at 3 months, all right, we're 46% up off the lows. These Mag 7 names still seem to be, maybe ex-Tesla, some of the guests say, but Mag 6 names still seem to be the market leaders. Is that what you're also still hearing?
Well, if you think, here's the thing. Here's the interesting part of today's trade. These are two of the names that have underachieved throughout the year. Tesla's still down on the year. And like I said, Google Alphabet, one of the cheaper meme stocks. The other ones are all high flyers, trading at or near all-time highs, really close, and have made massive recoveries. So I think it's going to be real interesting to see. Like I said, it's going to be so much how they comment on things going forward, like CapEx spending at Google Alphabet, like robotaxi. Remember, they put it out in Austin in very light. We're going to want to hear progress on that, and we're going to want to find out how much Elon Musk is working and how much he's focused. If you're a Tesla shareholder, the ideal situation is for Elon Musk to say, I am 100% focused on Tesla and my companies, and I'm virtually zero into politics or the government. That's what, and that how that plays out, that'll be a big driver of the stock price after the bell today. So a lot going on here. Elon Musk, he's going to walk up to the microphone. Everyone's going to be listening, Nicole.
Yeah, we sure will. Kevin Hincks, live at the CBOE. Great to see you. Thank you so very much.